Oh, wow, that was quite a trip through the Flu Network. Hi everyone, to all the witches, wizards, muggles, and squids. So that this new Harry Potter exhibition right here in Melbourne, apparently they turned a warehouse into a Harry Potter exhibition walkthrough kind of thing. I saw the ad on Facebook, and of course, as a Harry Potter fan, I straight away wanted to go there. It doesn't matter what's in there. They didn't talk about much what you can do in there. It just looked like you're just gonna walk through and do some this and that. So here. My name is Tanya, and within 1 year, I've been to 4 different Harry Potter experiences. So I went to the Forbidden Forest last year. Earlier this year, I went to Tokyo Studio Tour and Hogsmeade in USJ. And now this is my 4th one. So we're going to cover magical interactive activities, and that include casting spells, going to Hogwarts classes. There's a lot. There's more than that. And of course, how to get in there, because you need to get a ticket, and what is the best entry time to go there to enjoy the most of your experience, and how long do you need to spend in this exhibition to actually soak in all the atmosphere and everything that they have to offer. Car park, which is a little bit of a nightmare if you really have to drive. Of course, at the end, there's going to be a little gift shop breakdown. And also, we're going to conclude about overall experiences and what we want to see in the future. Are there any spoilers? Yes, but I will let you know when it's going to happen. You can skip ahead. All you need to do is just go down to the description, click on a timestamp that skips you to the gift shop or the overall experience part. How honest is this review? Well, this is not a paid ad. I self-invite myself over there, spending my own money to give you guys an honest review. Is it worth going to that exhibition, and which ticket price would be the most suitable for you, and what you should get and what you should skip? First of all, this exhibition, it's not a museum style exhibit. So you actually do a lot of walkthrough, do a lot of activities, and again, there's a lot of things to find. When you watch the movie, you want to be in there, you want to feel the magic. You always wanted to be part of Hogwarts. This exhibition will give you that feeling, because you will be casting spells, you'll be going to Hogwarts classes, and you even earn house points. The best of all is that this experience is very personalized. And also you get to play Quidditch, take photos with props and costumes, reading all the information and all the panels, and listening to the audio commentary, which I'll tell you more about it later. There's actually 3 hidden look here around the exhibits, so make sure that you find all 3 of them. So how can you get there? Everyone knows you can't operate in or out of Hogwarts, so you need to get yourself a ticket. Let's summarize and make this quick. So there are 3 different fare types. There are basic fare that gives you only entry, the flex fare, which gives you entry and flexibility of date and time of entry, and the VIP. So that's, you get everything of the above plus a gift bag, butterbeer, and you also get free audio commentary when you get there. But if you find yourself not needing a gift bag and a butterbeer, you can just book yourself a basic or flex fare and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you will see the add-on audio commentary for $10. So this add-on audio commentary definitely worth the $10 that you're going to pay for, because you'll hear all the extra exclusive behind the scene details that you wouldn't know, and all this information that's exclusive between the writers and the directors themselves. Because there's 23 different audios all together throughout the exhibition that you can listen to. Worth it. You can save yourself a few more galleons if you book between Monday and Wednesday, or any day of the week that's after 1:30 p.m. So the tickets price, as you can see, it drops out quite a fair bit, especially a family bundle too. How can you save even more than what you're saving already? You can get an extra $8 off per checkout if you use the link below. Yeah, I don't get any commission for this. This is just $8 for you. All right, so what's next? Best entry time. When is the best time to enter that exhibition? Because when I drove past at about 10 to noon, it was very empty. I didn't see any queue at all. There was people starting to go into the exhibition, but there was no queue up front, which is great. If you want to experience without the crowds, go a little bit earlier. But my session was about noon, and I arrived there at 12:30. It was packed. I mean, there was a lot of queue at the general entry, but on the VIP line, it's just empty, so you can just zoom right past everyone. This is definitely a plus point for the VIP ticket holders. The next entry, which I call the evening time, which is around 4 to 7 p.m., I wasn't there to look at the queue, so I have no idea, and I can't give you an honest review on that one. But what I see a lot of people coming through is mostly adults, and it's very much limiting your exploration time. If you really want it worth your ticket, just come in the morning or the afternoon session. This exhibition won't last forever. It's only until the 9th of June. Quickly book the ticket, choose a time, and go there.
How much time?
It can range anywhere between 60 minutes to 6 hours. Depends. According to the website, you can spend about 60 minutes to 90 minutes. I feel that more like a speed run because there's so much to do in there and so much to see. I find that maybe around 3 hours would be an ideal time to spend in there. You can slowly spend your time looking at the props, trying out the experiences, having fun, take photos, and really take your time and enjoy the atmosphere.
If you're a true Potter fan,
You can spend 5 to 6 hours because that's how much I spend my time in that exhibition last week, because you're gonna be wanting to go full immersion mode. Of course, there are spells, props, take photos, find all the hidden details, and also listening to the audio commentaries. I mean, that alone was the best. How about parking? I mean, if you're not planning to go there by public transport, which I think would be the easiest option, around that area, there's quite limited parking. There's only 1 to 2 hours parking limit, and you do not want to get a ticket from the officers. And if you really have to drive there, if you just drive up the road a little bit, you're going to find a P area car park, unlimited hours parking car park, but you have to pay by per hour. Unless you go there on a weekend and public holiday, which I did, and I accidentally stumbled on it. Lifesavers, you don't need to pay a single cent. So have you got all your things? Get your robe, get your wand, and a ticket on the mobile phone. Yes, you don't need to print it out, just show it on the phone. So first thing to do once you get there is show the type of ticket that you have to the staff, and then they will get you to a queue. But once you're in the queue, halfway through, take the classic photo with the trolley going through the 9 3/4 platform. So once you get your ticket validated, the staff will give you a wrist tag, just like this one. A VIP tag if you got yourself a VIP ticket. What this wrist tag gonna do is give you a personalized experience throughout the exhibition. You just need to register this at the King's Cross station. What you do throughout the exhibition is scan this wrist tag to the scanner, and it will allow you to cast spells and play games. Of course, doing those activities is not for nothing. You will earn house points as well. So here at the King's Cross station, you get to choose a house, and you choose your own one, and you choose your own patronus. Once you get into the exhibition, then get yourself an audio commentary handheld device as well. The number on the panel, and you just need to click that number on the device and click on play. If it's a double digit, you just need to click the 2 numbers and click play. And just listen to it like a mobile phone by placing it close to your face. So now you got your wrist tag, your VIP ticket, the handheld device. Register yourself at King's Cross Station. And up next is a photo session. So once you get there, it's just a blank wall, and they will ask you to stand in front of the camera. You get 2 poses per person. The first pose is just anything like smiling, being happy. And the second pose is being frightened. I want to let you know that you might want to lean to your right to be frightened, because what you are scared of is coming this way. After you take these photos, they will let you know that you can collect them at the gift shop later at the end of the exhibition. The price wise, if I remember correctly, is about 35 something, 1 digital copy and 1 print. But it does go up to like $47 or $45 for all the digital copy and 3 prints, which is actually quite a good bargain, because at Tokyo Studio Tour, it was $60. I didn't get any prints out from this exhibition because when I was there, I tried to find the best one that they actually etched me out properly. It wasn't a really smooth transition, and it looks very fakeish. I just didn't want to spend the money on that. After the photo session, you're gonna start the exhibition walkthrough. And how did it get you warm up? Kind of mental prep you into the Harry Potter world, get yourself in the mood and get yourself warm up for all these magics. Do you remember the incantation that unlocks door? Yeah, that's the one. Once you say that spell, they're gonna open the door. You're gonna be wowed by the next room, which is the Marauders map. If you look to your right, there's a scanner for you to scan the wrist tag. Once you scan it there, you can see your name floating on the Marauders map, but you don't know where it is. That's the fun. You have to find your name on the wall itself. But make sure that you stay until after the Marauders map closes, because that's when the real magic will be shown behind the screen. Spoiler alert, we'll now be starting the exhibition walkthrough, and if you want to skip this part, click on the timestamp for gift shop or the overview down in the description below. Now we're going to begin our magical journey. So this journey starts in the moving portraits corridor, where you'll find yourselves surrounded by portraits of witches and wizards of the wizarding world. End of the corridor, there's the fat lady portrait, and as we know, she's guarding the Gryffindor common room entry. So walk right by her or find the hidden details that hidden within that first room. And once you pass through the fat lady portrait, you're gonna see all the houses common room, different houses with different colors and their different mascots. And you can see all the respective characters and props and costumes that belong to those houses being displayed. You'll be wanting to look at all the props and costume because it's not just from the Harry Potter world, it's also from the Fantastic Beasts and the Cursed Child. In this common room area, you might spend quite a fair bit of time there because there are, I think, about 4 or 6 audio commentary for you to listen to. Once you get out of the common room, finding yourself in the Great Hall. A little setup at the table, there's the iconic floating candles, and if you look behind it all, it's actually our moving scenes throughout the year at Hogwarts. Be falling snow, thunder and raining, and if you stay until the end, you can see the house banners being decorated for the end of year feast. Exit the Great Hall, you're gonna find yourself in the Wand Room. This room is really special, really special. Once you get in there, you'll be awed. This is the second place that you can scan your wrist tag and cast your first spell. So what spell it's gonna be, you need to find out there. So throughout the room, there are different wands from different characters that used on the set being displayed for you to see. I mean, there's even Dumbledore, Voldemort, and also Queenie from Fantastic Beasts. And you also can watch the movie snippets of each characters in the Wizarding world. What actually amazed me the most in that room is the 3-meter tall wand replica of the wand itself. Next is the potion room. This is another place you can scan your wrist tag, but this time you'll be making potions. So there are 3 different potions that you can make, and you just need to choose one that you like. Make sure you complete it, and once you're done, you're gonna earn yourself some house points. So if you look around the room, those are the props that they use in the potion room scenes that you can see throughout the Harry Potter series. But also at the end there, you're gonna find Snape's and Slughorn costumes being on display. Behind glass, of course. And now after you're done making the potion, taking picture with Snape and Slughorn, go through to the next room is Defense Against the Dark Arts, the DA classroom. Yes. And this is another point where you can scan your wrist tag again to cast a spell. But you're casting a spell against a Hogwarts. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you already would know what spell to use. Display of Professor Lockhart and Professor Lupin, and also all the Professor Lockhart's publishing books that he actually published. Now, let's exit the dark art and go into divination room. The divination room doesn't smell anything like sherry, and Professor Trelawney herself is not there, but you also can scan your wrist tag again and read your prophecy through the orbs. But also I noticed a strange fireplace that usually wouldn't be in divination room. Suddenly, Sirius Blackface appeared as if he was talking to me. Kneel down, look through the fireplace, talk to Sirius Black just like Harry did. So that's enough of divination and fortune telling. So the next room is herbology. If you're a big fan of Neville Longbottom, you might like this one. You can hear the screeching mandrakes. So all you need to do is just pull up the mandrake and you can hear it screeching and crying. If you look behind you, there's a props of the herbology gear that the Hogwarts students normally wear if they are reporting the mandrakes. That's including dragon skin gloves. So next we're gonna get out of the glass house and into the Hogwarts ground. Who's the Hogwarts groundkeeper? Who lives on the edge of the Forbidden Forest? There's none other than our beloved Hagrid. You'll recognize those giant pumpkin anywhere and the stone hut. So enter into Hagrid's hut. There's gonna be a giant dining table and a giant dining chair, and of course a giant kitchenette. But I guess for us it's giant, but for Hagrid it's just Hagrid size. In his hut, it's all about taking photos. And you can be sitting in Hagrid's giant dining table and pretend to be having dinner there, just like how Harry, Ron, and Hermione did. And next is the living area where there's a giant armchair. You can sit in it. I'm pretty sure there's like 3 people can sit in it. In here, you can't scan your wrist tag to do any activities, but it's just photos. And it's so much fun because it looks so much like Hagrid's hut. Now, if you pop out the back of Hagrid's hut, Of course, you can find yourself in the Forbidden Forest. This is where everything gets a lot darker, a lot more eerie as well. And if you look on the projection wall, you can see the centaurs and Acromantula running around. And also Ron's father car that's gone wild and escaped into the Forbidden Forest. You'll be able to scan the risk tag and cast another spell. What spell it would be, I'll let you find out when you get there. So once you find your way out of the Forbidden Forest, you'll find yourself in the Tri-Wizard Tournament room. Yeah, there's a Tri-Wizard tournament. So the first thing you can see is a giant goblet of fire that everyone dropped their name in and shows Harry as their fourth champion. And in this room, you also can find all the four champions' costume that they wear throughout the Tri-Wizard tournaments and the Tri-Wizard cup that got turned into a portkey. The best is at the end of the room where you can come face to the Hungarian horntail, just like Harry did in his first task. Absolutely massive. I think it's about 3 or 4 meters tall. So next is the Quidditch ground. This is where you can take photos riding the Nimbus 2000. You can actually get some quaffles and start throwing into the hoops. And once you throw into the hoops, you come up with ding sounds just like when you score in the Quidditch game. Too bad you can't accumulate any house points by scoring some quaffles or taking photos with the Nimbus 2000. And of course, around that area, there's another look here hidden in plain sight. So make sure you find it somewhere in that room as well. Of course, there are Harry Potter's Seeker's costume and the rest of the Quidditch team costumes there on display. I didn't reach much of it because, well, in the next area, we're exiting the Hogwarts ground and into the Wizarding World. There's actually a 3-way that you can go. So I just started onto my right, which is a portkey room, and experience the portkey transportation mode. All you need to do is just go up to that old rackety boots in the middle of the room and just touch it. You can look up into the camera or you can look into the screen where it's actually show you being swirling up into the portkey transportations. Make sure there's a friend or a third person to help you take a video of this experience. The video itself is look exactly like how I would look if I were being transported by portkey. And of course, I did get transported portkey because this is a Wizarding World, right? Get out from the portkey room and look to your left. You're gonna find Newt Scamander's trunk. Yeah, his trunk where Newt actually keeps all his fantastic beasts. First, you can take a forced perspective photo of you popping out of a trunk, photo or video, whichever you want, but I did both. It's a hoot and a half. I just keep doing it, and be mindful there can be quite a fair bit of people waiting for you, so don't take too long. But I took a few shots because there was no one waiting. If you wander into a little bit further, it's just as if you step into Newt's trunk and into his workshop. The whole room is a snippet movie of all the beasts that they have in the Wizarding World, and that's even including the Mooncalf, Nifflers, the Demiguise is there. You can see all the sketches that the studio made before they actually come to a final conclusion of how the beast's gonna look like, which is another insight you actually can't find anywhere. You have to go to this exhibition to take a look at it. From Newt's workshop, you can walk through to Ministry of Magic, but I highly advise you to come to the middle part and straight through Ministry of Magic at the front, because then you can feel like you are being transported into Ministry of Magic through the green chimney themselves. And also, there's the red phone booth there. You have to go pick up the phone handle and put it into your ear as if you're just calling the Ministry of Magic yourself, and listen what you can hear through the line. And if you go around the phone booth, there's more props and costumes from all the other characters. That's including the Cursed Child as well. And also you can see Umbridge there, her iconic, famous, sickeningly everything pink costumes. And of course, you're gonna see a very, very long line because everyone can take a photo in Umbridge sickeningly pink office with kitchen theme plates. I don't think Umbridge is anyone's favorite character, but line up, it's gonna take a while, but it's not that long, I promise you. And it's totally worth it because you get to sit on Umbridge's office chair and pretend to be Umbridge herself. I did not spot the black quill anywhere, but everything is pink. Kitchen theme plates at the back, and famous line that Umbridge made Harry write through his detention, just etched right there on her office walls. Adjacent to Umbridge office is the Dudley's family home. Not the whole home, just the staircase. Now you get to actually experience Harry's cupboard under the stairs bedroom. Yeah, I know. I went to all the other Harry Potter experiences and none of them actually featured Harry's room. You get to sit on Harry's bed under the stairs and understand how it feels to live in that small little tiny room. Take a few pictures, take a few videos, take a few angles, make sure you get everything what you needed, because the queue for it is really, really long. Or even if you have the VIP ticket, the VIP tag, that doesn't get you fast track into any of this. Down the hall now is the Chamber of Secrets. So find yourself standing right in front of a Chamber Secret vault door. We've got the carving of the snakes. Once you're standing in front of the Chamber's door admiring it, if you look onto your top left, you can actually see vanishing and re-vanishing message. What the message is, I'll let you find out when you get there. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil everything. I'm gonna keep the magic alive. Also, onto your left, you're gonna be seeing Tom Riddle's diary. That book, the way that it was designed and everything, it's really feel creepy. If you turn around, you're gonna find Tom Riddle's name writing on the wall, and it's just like how he did it in the Chamber of Secrets. Okay, so let me get my wand. So what I actually did, and you can too, is that I actually point my wand onto the wall as if I am actually deciphering his anagram, revealing his true identity, that he is Voldemort himself. Now that you see the first Horcrux being destroyed in the Chamber of Secrets and Tom Riddle actually revealed his true identity as Lord Voldemort, you go into the next room of the Deathly Hallows and the Horcruxes. All these Horcruxes on display that they use on the set. They even got the Ravenclaw diadem, the Hufflepuff cup, and also the Deathly Hallows symbols, which has got the Elder Wand invisibility cloak. But I didn't see the cloak anywhere, so there's also the Resurrection Stone. And what else? Oh yes, and of course, who else is gonna be there? Lord Voldemort's costume, up close, like it was literally this close away from my face behind a thick glass barrier. I actually didn't realize that Lord Voldemort's robe is actually a little bit silky, and it's a very nice shade of green. So I think, and the shininess and the silkiness supposed to mimic like the snake skin kind of thing. So of course you can't find Voldemort by himself there. He's gonna have his followers. So you can see Bellatrix costume there and all the other Death Eaters, and also their mask. And how else are we going to win against evil if it weren't for the pensieve? Another iconic items that Dumbledore used, they can find where are the other Horcruxes is, and that is the pensieve room. So in this room is as if you are walking through a memory yourself, but you can scan your wrist tag again and your face will appear into the pensieve wall, which is a little bit anticlimactic and not really the best experience in all of the rooms. But if you look upwards, you can see fogs flying above your head. Both for themselves, there are memories of Harry's throughout the movies. And I think that's it. I think Pensive was the last room that you actually walk through as an exhibition. At the end, I think there's like portraits of all the house points that actually tallied up because of all the different houses were doing all these interactive activities. This is where scanning your wristband comes in very, very important. First, the Hufflepuff was at a very low point, and then the second one is Hufflepuff is like have the highest point. So I'm not too sure what happened there and which one is real, but just because I'm a Hufflepuff, I'm just going to believe that actually Hufflepuff earn a lot of house points. So the exhibition will not be complete if there isn't a gift shop at the end where you can get yourself more merchandises from Harry Potter series, and it will have you emptying your Gringotts vault faster than Niffler's spotting a gold. If you remember that you took the green screen photo at the start, yeah, this is where you actually pick up the green screen photos. Let's talk about all the things you can get there. First of all, you can get yourself a house robe, similar to this one, but not this one, because I got this in Tokyo Studio Tour for $130. Vision here is at $153, and you have to make sure you check on all the sizes first because a lot of the sizes are out about 5 p.m. So if you want a house robe, make sure that you tell the staff beforehand. With $153 price tag, it does not come with personalization here in this exhibition. And of course, they have house sweaters for $97 and a house hoodie for $137, which is a big price jump. If you're not really into the clothing and you want something a bit smaller item, I would recommend maybe get yourself like a house mug that is at about $30 a mug. That the design is actually quite pretty and the quality is pretty good as well. The size wise and the design of the mug itself is quite unique. Of course, they have all these little pins and keychains that start at about $10 or $15. There's other merchandises like Voldemort theme or Deathly Hallow theme, and of course Hedwig, and which the whole shelf was practically almost empty. Everyone was going for Hedwigs and Voldemort items. And also there's Harry Potter inspired jewelry at the cashier table themselves. You can get yourself some like charms, necklaces, bracelet, rings, and all that. But I think its starting price is a bit higher, so it's about $60. And of course, the Wizarding World is famous for their snacks and treats because where else Ron and Harry's gonna get their sugar fix, right? Just in front of the cashier themselves, there are these large candy trolleys. All the candy items there are all in mini pocket sizes, so you can find yourself all flavor beans at about $9 or $10 each. Butterbeer gummies or butterbeer beans, that's about $10. And of course, you can't go without a chocolate frog, come with a collecting card. And I got one. And of course, I got myself some of those candies, but I'll be trying them later as a comparison to the Tokyo Studio Tour and the USJ. And of course, if you got yourself a VIP ticket, make sure that you collect yourself a free gift bag just at the cashier. Like this one. Ta-da! And what is inside, I'll show you later. And of course, near the exit is a butterbeer booth. So make sure you grab yourself a free cup of butterbeer. Going through the exhibition tour as a VIP ticket holder, did it feel very VIP? I don't really feel that VIP. I mean, at the start, you get to zoom past all those queue at the front, which is great. But after that, throughout the whole exhibition, there's nothing else that actually VIP prioritizing. And at the end, you get yourself a gift bag, which is actually not bad. The gift bag itself could be improved. I mean, they could put in a little like Hedwig keychain in there to make like it as a third item. I really like the notebook because it definitely is something useful and it won't be something thrown aside. With the bag itself, it would be so much better if it's an actual fabric tote bag, and on the tote bag itself, they can print out Harry Potter movie posters, like the actual movie poster that they put up in theater. I mean, I would definitely cherish that a lot. And now that I spent almost 6 hours in this exhibition exploring every inch, I can give you an honest review and my take of this exhibition experience. First thing first is attention to details. Attention to details, details, details. I mean, they have all these props and all these extra little things that actually like as if you are walking through a Harry Potter movie set, or even through Hogwarts yourself. Attention to details in this exhibition is impressive. If you're just gonna speed run through in like 1.5 hours, you're not really gonna see much. Even though there's a glass panel between you and the props, you can actually get really close and look really closely, like face to face, to that prop. And I especially love, 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 love this interactive spell casting. I mean, this tag itself make the whole experience so much more personalized. And also, I see a lot of young witches and wizards coming through in wheelchairs. I mean, this exhibition is wheelchair friendly, and they were dressing up in their house robes. It was the most adorable sight. And the butterbeer. The butterbeer needs to be improved a lot. I mean, I drank the butterbeer back in the Forbidden Forest last year. That one was actually good. It was actually multi-flavor into it. But this time, the butterbeer here at the exhibition, it just tastes like a very strong caramel drink. Butterbeer is supposed to be a little bit like sparkly. There wasn't any sparkle in there. And even though the exhibition have a lot of people coming through, they managed the crowds really well. So this is another take for you. If you want less crowds, just book a ticket before noon and you'll have a lot of better experience throughout the exhibition. And everything was fantastic. Everything was magical. It was really immersive and engaging exhibit. But there are a few small areas that could improve to help make the exhibition feels more magical. First is the seatings. There are no seatings anywhere throughout the exhibition. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people and it's not really a big place, but if you actually can have some seating benches next to the panel where people can actually sit. So I actually was standing around a lot, listening to audio commentary, just like leaning against walls, standing in awkward places. I tried my best not to block the pathway of other people, but I still find myself being in the way. So if there's any seating benches in front of information panels so that I can actually sit there and listen to my audio commentary in peace would be great. Second, there's no water station anywhere. I know that you guys say at the front that no outside food and drinks is allowed, very much understand that, and I respect that, because you don't want to be during the places with like spilled drinks or food. If there's actually can be a little water station where we can bring our own water bottle to refill it, we would be great. And third, there's no toilet anywhere, and I believe mourning myrtles need somewhere to haunt. If there's actually a toilet in the middle exhibit so that people can relieve themselves, would be great. And fourth is the activities. I mean, I love the one room and casting all that spells. There was a multiple stations there, and I thought that if I go to a different station, there would be different spells for me to cast. There's a lot of spells in the visiting world that actually can be utilized into this interactive activities. And also the same with the potion room, where there are 3 different potions that you can make, but you only can choose one potion to make, and you can't even remake any of those potions. If we can remake all of the 3 potions, it would make this experience even more memorable. Finally, lastly, we need the room of requirement. The Battle of Hogwarts, and that resistance and all that, it started in the room of requirement, isn't it? That's where the DA groups actually form, actually taught themselves how to use spells against dark arts. And I mean, I'm just imagining myself stepping into the room of requirements where it's set up with all spell cast dummies and also line up with all the other DA members. I mean, I want to see exhibition of Neville's Longbottom, Luna Lovegood, Cho Chang. I mean, these are all the supporting characters that actually surrounded Harry's and make Harry life the way it is. Okay, I feel like it's getting too long, so let's wrap it up. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening until this far, if you have listened through the whole video. And thanks so much for listening to this video, even if you just have skipped the gift shop part and the overview part. It means a lot that you actually find this information useful, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Giving out all the useful information and facts before you guys actually spending your money at experiences and going to anywhere practically. So if you haven't already, please go ahead, like and subscribe to my channel so I can bring along more of these videos for you guys to watch. And also leave me a comment below which part that you actually look forward to the most. And if you have already been to a Harry Potter exhibition, let me know which part that you actually enjoy the most. Because for me, every time I cast a spell, my inner child is squealing in happiness. And I think this experience and last year's experience could not have been here if it weren't for the Fever team. So thank you so much, Fever team. Thank you, thank you, thank you for bringing us all these fantastic Harry Potter experiences. 2 mind-blowing experiences 2 years in a row. Last year was a Forbidden experience, and that was a mind-blowing, fully interactive, highly so much feeling like I was walking through the Forbidden Forest for real in the Harry Potter world. And this year, I got a Harry Potter exhibition where I actually can cast spells, attend Hogwarts classes, making potions, and doing all the hands-on stuff, even Quidditch. Of course, seeing all the actual props that are being used in the Harry Potter movie set is a truly dream come true. So right here in my doorstep, I don't need to fly all the way to London or to Orlando to actually experience any of it. And honestly, it would mean a whole wizarding world to me if I can get invited to the next time that you have an experience like, so that I can make more of these walkthrough videos for all the people out there who love Harry Potter as much as I do, and also all the other people out there who love doing experiences in Melbourne themselves. So yes, it would mean a lot if I actually can go there in the next one. And for all the viewers out there who want to experience the Forbidden Forest, and if you missed it last year in Melbourne, you can actually fly to Brisbane soon. I think they're setting it up right now. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching and listening until this far, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.